Good evening everyone and welcome to the Mastermind call for the 20th of November. Only a week away to Momentum Day. Hey! Who is going? Who's not going? No one wants to talk to me. Okay.
Man, I think I got the first ticket back when it was announced. I bought it.
I wasn't even far behind you. I signed up, well, we were on the webinar with Martin, I believe. Back in,
yeah, I remember it being, back in February or March, I think they announced it. And I was like, that's it, I'm getting my Momentum Day ticket. That's going to get my butt into gear and actually do something with the business.
Yep, exactly. So cool. But tonight we're going to talk about advertising on Facebook and Google and compliance. The reason this has come up, lately there's been a few people who have been banned from Facebook, and there's lots of SFN members not getting their ads approved. And I think if you follow the rules and regulations of both Google and Facebook, life is a lot easier, because at the moment I'm trying to get my AdWords account approved in Google after being suspended for doing some shady stuff, as in promoting six-figure mentors in AdWords. I got suspended a while ago, but it's been an interesting process, and I got another email back today saying that I still have things to work on, like because all I've been wanting to do is get my AdWords account unsuspended. I was breaching the policy of get rich quick schemes on my website, so I deleted the website, got rid of it, and found out that for my AdWords account to be unsuspended, I would actually have to purchase that that domain again and make that domain compliant to their policies. So I did that. I set up a site with inspirational stuff, and there's a couple of links on there, and they says because it's got links on, they couldn't, links to other sites, they couldn't unsuspend it, so I got rid of all my links. Today I got a message back saying my site is just entitled Inspiration or Inspirational Stuff. I don't know how that relates to business and how you are going to make money. Because Google is about advertising and advertising products so that your business makes money. So I thought, interesting. I wasn't actually wanting to use that site as a money-making thing. I was just wanting to get my AdWords account unsuspended so I could then go and create another website and market that one and promote products and make money online. But obviously I have to get that site ready to make money. So the process continues. So I don't want you to have to go through the same process, because it's like banging your head against a brick wall sometimes. Banging your head against a brick wall is less painful. But never mind. I'll get there eventually. And you know, the same applies when you're doing Facebook advertising. They put out guidelines and policies and procedures so that you can, so you know what you can and can't do. If you abide by these procedures and don't try and get round them so that you can get your stuff up there, you won't have a problem. I believe sending them straight to a landing page, sending ads straight to a landing page is not a good idea, because they don't like that. It doesn't cause interaction or engagement. And some of the, sending them to SFM landing pages or promoting SFM like you can earn extra money is not a good thing, because it's make money online, which has a bad reputation in online marketing. Who's going backwards? A reversing beeper maybe? No!
Did you want me to jump in here, Robbie?
Yeah, you can jump in if you like there, Sandra. I was running out of things to say, and I know you've always got lots to say. That's why we have you on.
Yeah, you just can't shut me up when I get started, can you?
No, we were talking about that earlier, wasn't it? The tongue is the only muscle that's only attached by one point.
One end, yeah.
Yeah, one end. So it can flap all day.
Yeah. And I told you I reckon I could do pull-ups on a monkey bar with my tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what we're talking about tonight is good practice, like good practices in marketing. Now, and Robbie was talking, he gave you a bit of a rundown of his Google site. Now, when Robbie first initially joined the SFM, Robbie was just doing what he had learnt to do within the training of the SFM back in those days, and had set up landing pages and a lot of other things on his site that he was told to do, which was fine when Robbie first joined the SFM. That was fine by Google. But unfortunately, what happened with Robbie getting so involved in trying to build his business and having to work at the same time and not having a lot of people share relevant information and understanding Google algorithms, Facebook algorithms and things like that, Robbie was unaware that all these changes were getting made to the Google algorithms, like Penguin and Panda and Hummingbird and all of that sort of stuff. So he had his site up there, and it was running along, and all these algorithm changes were being made, and these algorithm changes were being made to recognize what Google considered to be scammy sites. And in that algorithm, they wrote into that algorithm that one of the indicators of a spammy or scammy site was a site that was built virtually on landing pages alone and sales pages. And unfortunately, because that's the way that the training was in the SFM when Robbie first started, Robbie's site fell into that. And because it fell into that, he was suspended by Google. Because of all the algorithm changes. And the reason we're talking about this tonight is because Robbie and I have noticed that the same thing is now starting to happen on Facebook. Now, since I've joined the SFM in 2012, November 2012, I have seen so many algorithm updates on Facebook, it would make your head spin. I do a lot of research. I'm a big researcher, but I take action on the research that I do as well. And I love to keep up to date with things. And the internet even moves quicker than what I can keep up to date with it. But I followed a lot of different, what I consider to be experienced people on Facebook. Not only Stuart Ross himself. For a time there I followed Guy Nolan as well. But then there were other people like Michelle Pescalito, Vince Reed, Jason Hornung, and Joe Barnes, because they all seem to use Facebook solely as their marketing form for their businesses. Now, the reason I followed those guys is because they always seem to have their finger on the pulse, and a couple of those aforementioned names used to always show up in Google Hangouts, because I also followed on YouTube. I also followed Google themselves on YouTube. I followed Google Plus for Business channel, Google for Your Business channel, Google Analytics, YouTube, Google for YouTube. I followed all the Google YouTube channels, and a lot of the times I would get to watch replays of videos. And there was also Google Webmaster, and that was a really helpful channel to me, because a lot of times in that Webmaster channel I would find out what Google was recommending people do for their sites, because the Google Webmaster channel, you can put out a question, you can join the forum, and you can ask a question of a Google staff member who understands websites, webmaster, and algorithms attached to your site. You can ask them anything about your site. You know, like, you know, is it, are there good backlinks for SEO, or are there bad backlinks for SEO? And they would pick a question, and the staff member would sit there in a video, and he would answer those questions on, and they would put that recording up. And this is how I know a lot of my stuff, because of the types of people I followed, and the things that I read and listen to. I take the time to do that. And Facebook was the same, because a lot of the stuff that Google was saying, Facebook was starting to instrument into their algorithms. And people like Joe Barnes and Michelle Pascalito were sort of right on top of that. They were really good with that. And so were Guy and Alan for a little while. But then, you know, then they, and I feel they ended up with so many extra commitments as far as training the SFM members go in marketing, trying to build their Story Prime business, and then trying to develop their own products. I feel that they may have even possibly got a little bit overwhelmed themselves, because I did notice that their up-to-date knowledge on Facebook was starting to drop off. They weren't as up-to-date as what some of the other marketers like Michelle Pascalito and Joe Barnes were. So I started focusing more on Joe Barnes and Michelle Pascalito's free stuff, because they have free blogs, free YouTube channels, they whack up some videos sometimes. Joe Barnes does some great short Facebook courses at times that are very reasonably priced. She's got her own groups on Facebook. They're private closed groups for any members who have, or for anyone who's actually bought a product off of her. You can go into that particular group, and you can go into that group and ask questions and things. So she's very, very good, and she's been niching out on Facebook probably for about 4 years now to make a name for herself. So she's right there to do. She has a lot of guest speakers on her hangouts and webinars at times that she invites you to. If you've signed up to her newsletter and you follow her blogs, you'll get to go to her free hangouts and webinars occasionally, and she'll have guest speakers. And she has some pretty awesome guest speakers on there. I've seen people on there from marketers who aren't even in business with her, to actual Google staff members. She's had actual Google staff members and Facebook staff members on some of her hangouts that I've gotten invites to. And she asks them questions, and she gets them to explain things. Now, you know, Facebook, it can be a great marketing platform. And in the chat box there a little while ago, I put a link up for you all for the Facebook newsroom. I do strongly suggest, if you're going to use Facebook for marketing your business and growing your business as a form of your marketing, you go to that site and you bookmark that site and visit that site regularly. If you've never been to that site before, I suggest you go over their articles and read some of their articles pertaining to you. Because if there are updates in the policies of Facebook, that's where the updates go. They don't go in the compliance policy document. It's already read up in the health section. The updates go onto the newsroom website. So follow that site. That is a Facebook site. It is run and owned and operated by Facebook. And the information you get there is coming straight from the horse's mouth, and it will aid and assist you in getting good marketing. I know there are a lot of people out there who do promote Guy and Alan's training for Facebook. Now, Guy and Alan are marketers, and they do have some very, very valuable marketing information. I look at their products as marketing in general. I don't consider it to be Facebook specific, even though some of it is geared towards Facebook specific, because even Guy and Alan have managed to get themselves shut out of Facebook. And a lot of their students who are doing their training are now getting their accounts shut down as well. And I believe that is because as marketers, they lost touch with the algorithm changes and what was going on with Facebook. And it's a common mistake that we can all make. It's happened to Ryan Dice in his career. It's happened to Derek Halpin in his career. It's happened to Joe, and it's happened to Michelle, and it's happened to the best of them. Because, you do start to get quite big, and you have a lot of members, and you have a lot of students, and you have new projects that you start, and you just don't have the time to keep up with things. Now, SFM on Facebook. This is a touchy subject for the moment because the algorithm change that they started making on Facebook, which started in October last year, everyone. I started to see this in October last year, and I put out warnings to everyone, and I tried to warn everyone. Nobody wanted to hear me. Nobody wanted to listen to me. And it used to frustrate and upset me. And I'd say to Robbie, I'd go, if my name was freaking Stuart Ross, they'd freaking listen to me. And all I could do was sit back and watch the fallout. And every time a new account gets shut down of a member that I have actually privately spoken to about Facebook, all I can do is sit there and shake my head and go, I told you so. I told you it was going to happen. I told you 3 months ago this was going to happen, but you didn't want to listen to me because I'm not Stuart Ross. Now, just because I don't do a lot of big Facebook campaigns and I'm not spruiking to everyone around the traps and all over the internet that I'm turning over, $1,000 a day on from Facebook, and I'm earning 6 figures and shit like that, does not mean I don't know what I'm talking about. It doesn't mean that I'm not actually making money. It just means that I choose not to use that bragging side of things to sell myself and my business. I don't want to fall into the same category as other marketers. I don't want to say to people, yeah, come do my course, come join me, and you can earn $2,000 a day. I don't like that crap. I find it outdated, I find it old-fashioned, and I don't see how that solves anyone's problem. Because generally to earn, $1,000 to $2,000 a freaking day doing Facebook marketing without a high-end product like the SFM has, you're gonna have to work your little butt off. You're gonna have to be sweating in your freaking office chair. You're gonna be pulling your hair out, throwing your pens, screaming at the top of your lungs, standing up, walking around going, why won't this work? God damn you, work! You're not going to be going to work 8 hours a day, 9 to 5, 5 days a week. I can guarantee you that. You won't have the time. And lots of big companies, people like Derek Halpin and stuff like that, Ryan Dice, even SFM, they have their own social media marketing managers. They don't have to worry about it personally themselves. So don't do it to yourself. Don't do the wrong thing. When you see advice from other members, whether they're Stuart Ross or not, doesn't matter if they're not going along. If you see another member post something that came to Facebook, that's informative, read it. Check out the source. See where it came from. Don't ignore it. Don't just click like on it and go about your day and ignore it. Because if you're a Facebook marketer, if all you're doing is liking it and moving on, you haven't even clicked on it to go through the link and check it out and read the full article and suss it out to see where the source came from, well then, you're not a marketer. You're just a 10-year-old playing around with a few toys for 5 minutes and getting bored and moving on to the next one and giving your mother an excuse as to why she should buy you some more toys because those ones aren't good enough. You be honest with yourselves. If you're going to get onto Facebook and you're going to do some marketing, you're a marketer. Simple as that. You are a business person and you're a marketer. Seriously. It's a job, and it's a job that people get paid a lot of money to do. There are full-blown companies out there that do this for a living. Now, coming back to the SFM, because of a lot of incorrect marketing on Facebook back in the day, and I'm only going back to 2012 and 2013 here, and because of the way a lot of new members and older members were pushing their business on Facebook, filling up their personal profile, setting up more, you know, 1,000,001 fan pages, all pertaining to the SFM and the DA. Blasting SFM stuff on there, time and time again, and, you know, and hitting all the groups on Facebook, and putting all the links in the groups on Facebook. You know, join the SFM, do this, do that, make money online, you know, have your own online business, blah, 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 high-end commissions. Because they were doing, that's a form of spam. And then there were some SFM marketers who even went so far as to private message. They would start adding all these people on Facebook as friends, thinking that they were potential victims, which is a terrible way to look at your future leads and customers. And they'd start sending them private messages with their sales letters. They'd send their offer in a private message on Facebook. Now, I don't know if anyone knows a lot about Facebook, but from a personal profile perspective, if you get people, marketers, who are sending you information in your inbox, you know, that you thought were a friend, and then all of a sudden they're hitting you with their promotion, their offer, and they're doing it regularly, there is a way in your messages that you can alert Facebook to the fact that that message from that person, from that profile, is a scam or it's spammy, and you want it to stop. And that registers with Facebook. And the more private people that do that to your offers that you're sending unrequested through unsolicited email on Facebook, the more people who click spam, scam, block, don't want to see it, angry because it's been sent to me, the more people who do that to your stuff, the more your flagging goes up in the algorithm. And that's what has happened to SFM and tidy URL. Because of a few simple mistakes, incorrect marketing, whether it be, you know, both paid and organic, the SFM has now been flagged by Facebook as a make money online, get rich quick scheme. So to market your SFM directly, you're going to find it really tough. And if you get one or two of your ads banned from Facebook, you know, they don't clear them, and they're to do with the SFM, then you may find it hard to get any ad after that cleared. Especially if you have a link in there that's going to a landing page that's got SFM written all over it. So what Robbie and I discussed this week is we thought we would get on here and we would say to you, check your Facebook fan page banners. Make sure in your banners you don't have writing that has online business, make money online, earn extra cash, any of those terms in there, and make sure you don't have any SFM badges or markings in any of your Facebook banners. And if you do, you are breaching company policy from the SFM side of things anyway, because you can't even use those three letters, SFM, unless you've gotten clearance from compliance to use them in the way that you're going to use them. So take it out of your names of your fan pages. If you've got it in the names of your fan pages, take it out. Check your logos. Make sure your logos aren't promoting get rich quick schemes, make money online, or anything like that. I had to do the same when I set up my aloe business. Even though we have a very good weight loss product in our group of products, I had to make sure that nothing on my Facebook banner or my Facebook logo even so much as mentioned or made reference to a product being good for losing weight. Otherwise, every time I tried to run a light campaign, Facebook would have blocked me. And even in my posts, I had to be careful how I referenced to those products, because otherwise Facebook wouldn't clear it because it didn't meet their guidelines and in their policy and advertising guidelines. It gave people, it was misleading to people. it was misleading, deceptive, gave them the wrong idea, encouraging them to think that it was, you know, going to be something that it wasn't. All these sorts of things. So be careful how you word your ads. If you're wording your ads in a way that it's giving off the sense that a person is going to find out that they're going to make money, how they're going to make money online, you may not get that ad cleared anymore. Because by January next year, the algorithm will be so tight, a lot of just general marketers will leave Facebook. So instead of leading with the SFM, you have the simple lead capture. Great product, learn how to use it. The simple lead capture, or SLC as we call it, product is in your Digital Business Lounge, your DBL. So go into your DBL, your Digital Business Lounge, and have a look at the product, watch the videos. Now, I'm not talking about the one that's in beta, I'm talking about the original one, the legacy one. You can still utilize that and use it. Make up your own lead capture pages. Now, there's an easy way to do this. I mean, don't sit there and think, oh my God, how am I going to do that? What I want you to do is have several tabs open. Have your simple lead capture tab open. Understand how to build your own lead capture page. It's very easy to do. Have a think about what your ad is going to be about and how you're going to word your ad. Some of those words from your ad you're going to use in your simple lead capture page. Also have your lead capture page opened to your SFM funnel that you're going to use. So the SFM funnel, the sales funnel that you're using, have that open as well and have a look at that lead capture page. Take out a couple of good words or sentences or phrases out of that lead capture page that you can use in your own. If you want to use a video from Stuart or Jay, try and avoid the videos that automatically, straight off the bat, start talking about making money online. Because Facebook will clear your ads straight off the bat, but then when they check out your links, they will check out your capture pages and they will shut your ad down if they feel it doesn't meet compliance, and it doesn't take much to fall out of the lines of compliance with Facebook. So if you're having trouble with your sales funnels, your SFM Video Bootcamp sales funnels, think about it from this perspective. The SFM is so much more than just selling the membership, the join-up fees to SFM. We have so much more to offer people. There is the list building report. You have a link for that. You've generated it. You've branded it. You should have done that in your simple branding tool. Go in and get that link. Use that for an ad. Because when somebody clicks on that and grabs the list building report, which is free, you're giving away a complimentary gift. So set up a post on Facebook and say, you know, it's my birthday this week and I'm feeling so ecstatic and excited. I thought I would, you know, give away this fantastic, you know, list building report that explains the secrets behind building a list. Advertise that. Put a picture of it there with the link, you know, to the list building report. Put that there and advertise that way. Pay them money to advertise that because you're giving people something. You know, read the list building report. Take a good phrase out of there and use it in your status for your ad that's helpful and gives a tip to people. So what you're doing there is you're raising the level of engagement and Facebook member user experience, and that's what Facebook wants. And then that way when people click on that ad to get the download, the free download of the list building report, they have to enter their email address anyway. And make sure you tell them that in your ad. So they enter their email address, they download the list building report, lo and behold, boom, bang, guess what, they're on your list. And the next thing that happens from that list building report is they receive the 7-day video bootcamp series. You can do that with the DBL as well, the Digital Business Lounge. You can sell the Digital Business Lounge. Did you know that it's $67 a month premium for anyone outside of the SFM who's not a member to use the hosting services of the DBL? And I think the standard is $37. You get a commission off of that. So even if you sell it just like a hosting package, like you would sell HostGator or GoDaddy, when somebody joins up to the DBL, and I mean you've got so many more benefits that you could use in your advertising for the DBL to sell a DBL package. When that somebody signs up, if somebody looks at that and goes, well, hell, I need hosting for my website. This makes it so easy. It's WordPress. It's got the website builder in it. Oh wow, they even sell the domains there as well, and they've got these extra tools. I might just go with these guys, and I only need the standard membership because I only need one website. And then you'll have another person who goes, wow, I can have unlimited websites for $67. You get a commission off of those monthly payments. That's your first line of income. We talk about multiple incomes in the SFM. Well, that's your first line of income. There's one income. When they sign up to the DBL, they sign up under your affiliate link. They are then permanently linked to you, and they will get, in the DBL sales funnel, they will get follow-up emails that will give them options to look at the 7-day video bootcamp series, to have the list building report, to join up to the SFM. And it all comes under you because it was you that they initially bought the DBL package off of. Now I know that, you may think that, I think it's 10% or something like that, isn't it, Robbie, for the DBL?
Yeah, something like that. But it depends on what level you're at.
I don't think that is for the DBL, is it? I think it's pretty standard across the board, the DBL, isn't it?
I'm not sure, but he was putting up on, what was it, with the Graphix creator, the commissions on that.
Yeah. But I think the DBL is 10% just across the board. It could be different for higher members, I don't know. You'd have to have a look at your package in the back office and see. Commissions are different for everyone depending on what level you're at. But I'm pretty sure the DBL is 10% for everyone across the board. Okay, so you get a person who signs up for, the premium DBL package. And you're thinking, well, 10% of $67 isn't much, but that's monthly. Now, what happens if you have, 10, 20, 50 people signed up to the DBL, all using a package, whether it be standard or premium? You multiply that by that amount, don't you? And the good thing is, some of those will probably take the option to join the SFM under you. And if they join the SFM under you because they know that in their membership of the SFM, the DBL is included, they no longer have to pay their $67 a month. You get where I'm going with this? This is a benefit that you have, You're paying $97 a month for your membership, but you think about it, the general public to have to use the DBL, they're going to have to pay $67 a month to have the hosting, to use the DBL as a hosting package for their website, to build their website. You get that included in your $97. That's another product you can lead with. And it's the same with the Simple Lead Capture. You can use that as your form of advertising on Facebook. So there you go, you've taken all the SFM branding out of what you're doing. You're not so focused and zoomed in on your SFM sales funnel. And if you have your system set up properly, it is automatically linked. So if they join, if they take the option for the Simple Lead Capture program, they will get regular mail outs from the sales funnel, which will give them access to your 7-day video bootcamp series, to your list building report, help them become a member under you in your team. And you don't have to do all the hard lifting. And the other good thing about this is you're also building your list. You can contact internet marketers. Are you getting slammed by internet marketers in your email boxes? with heaps of offers all the time because you followed one thing that was really good and signed up for that newsletter? You know, do you get it all the time? Hit every time you open your email box, you know that they've sent you another 20 emails in 2 days.
Hit them back with the tools. Promote the tools back to them.
That's the tools. Because that internet marketer, he's probably an affiliate marketer, and he's probably getting a commission, and it's probably a ClickBank product or a JVZoo product that he's selling to somebody else. Did you know you can actually sell the DBL to him? Because as an affiliate member, he can sign up and become an affiliate member of the DBL and sell it and get 5% commission. So there you've just made another link. You've just taken an affiliate internet marketer who's hitting you up for all his products, and boom, you've just given him one of your products and shown him how he can sign up as an affiliate to the DBL without even joining the SFM, and he can sell the DBL package. And the great thing is, in his sales funnel, he'll be alerted to the fact that, you know, wouldn't it be great if you could get a higher commission on this product? Well, you can get a higher commission on this product. This is how. And he'll get your 7-day video bootcamp series. He'll get your list building report. And if you send emails with the links to your products, your DBL, your Simple Lead Capture, your Graphix kit that's going to become live and public soon, all of those things, if you keep sending him little newsletters, you know, sales sort of stuff about, or talks about your promotional other products that you have that he may want to affiliate with and sell and get commissions off it, and realizes that for, you know, $2.97 and $97 a month, he can sign up to the same program that you're in and make the same type of commissions that you've got, and on top of that, get access to high-end commission sales products as well. So be creative. Try not to be all SFM, because by the end, well, by even right now, even the paid marketers are now struggling to get their ads in front of people, in front of as many people as they should, because Facebook just isn't going to show them anymore. The news feeds, people have complained. Their members have complained about the news feed being filled up with ads and sponsored stories, and they don't see enough from their friends and their fan pages that they've liked. So Facebook have listened to their members. And so even paid marketers, if your paid advert is not what people want to see, and it's not engaging, and people are not engaging in it, it will show to less and less people, no matter what targeting you've got on it. So think clearly about that. So not only is your organic reach going to go right out the door, so is your paid reach. So before you rush out and spend money on your Facebook advertising, be clear about the message that you want your page to share. Have a look. I mean, I know that the SFM is a brilliant business system, and, you know, we can see it, and we shake our heads and wonder why other people can't see it. Sometimes we want to just go, walk up to them and smack them across the side of the head and go, is your brain working? But sometimes it takes a while. It takes a while. So, you know, be creative. Have a look at your fan page. You have to have a plan for your fan page. Not your plan to make money for yourself, selling membership. What is the message of your fan page? If you want to relay that you have skills and knowledge about raising children, and your fan page is going to be about helping other mothers and sharing tips, don't then set that fan page up and put 1 or 2 posts about that, and maybe the odd blog here and there about that, and then not do anything more with that, and change the message and start, you know, slamming posts up about the SFM and joining the SFM, because that's not the message of your page, is it? If you want your page to be inspirational and motivational, that's really good, because inspiration, motivation, mentoring, coaching, life coaching, they're all very big in this day and age. You know, health and fitness is another big concern of people in this day and age. So think about the message of your page and the continued message of your page. If you want your fan page to relay the message that you are an internet marketer, well then do so. You don't have to say internet marketing fan page, or this, you know, this page is all about internet marketing only. I mean, that can be in your about section, but relay the message. How do you relay that message? You can't look at an 8-month-old child and sit down and have a full-blown conversation with them and expect them to understand all your words. So sometimes it's a lot easier to sit down with big coloured blocks and different things and share your message that way. So have a message for your page. And, you know, and in that message, you can then work in your inspirational quotes and your promotional and motivational quotes. And it's okay. It's okay to look at your page and maybe find a good Zig Ziglar quote, you know, with a nice picture that's written on a nice picture. It's okay to share that on your page. And it's okay to spend $5 to promote that post. You may say to yourself, well, what good is that? It's not sending them to any of my offers. But the thing is, that's an engaging post. That's something people will engage in. It is something people will click like on. And that's what you want. You want engagement. You want comments. You want shares. Because what happens then is when people click on that promoted post and come to your page, they have the opportunity to look around at the message on your page. And I cannot tell you how many times, whilst I was building my aloe vera page on Facebook, I shared other pages' stuff on my page and paid $5 to promote that post. And I'd shared it directly from that person's page. So they had credit and everything. So when people clicked on that ad, that promoted post, it first brought them to the post on my page, where they could then click on that post that would take them through to the original source. I cannot tell you how many likes for my page I got from that. I did a $5 advertising promotional post campaign. All I had was a picture of water. It was a love heart picture of water, droplets that had fallen into water and created a love heart. I didn't put anything there about my aloe vera products and my business, although it was on my aloe vera page. All I put there was a little hint and tip about the fact that the human body, you know, is made up of, you know, this percentage of water, and, you know, this percentage of the population is continually walking around every day dehydrated and don't even realize it. Have you had your glass of water today? For $5, I promoted that post for $5. I got over 350 likes on that post, and I got 32 new page likes for $5. Did I sell anything directly from that post? Well, no, I couldn't track that. Have I sold, could I have possibly sold any product because of that promoted post? Most definitely. Considering the traffic I had for that post, most definitely. So this is what you've got to think about. Sometimes the return on your investment is not immediate, and it's not seen a lot of the times. You won't see it straight away. It could be a while, and it may not come from a direct advert that you've made up for your SFM sales funnel. It may come off something as simple as what I did with the water post. And I still do that regularly today. I'll still occasionally take some pictures and put up a post on my page, some good quality pictures, and put up a post with a little bit of a tip on there. I'll pay $5 to promote that post. And when people see it and they like the pictures, they engage on it, they click like on it, and I get new page likes. Every time I do a $5 promoted post with just some pictures, without any sales stuff going to my, to my lead capture pages for my aloe business, or my website for my aloe business, or my shop or whatever, it doesn't take them anywhere. They stay on Facebook. Every time I do that, I get new page likes. And a lot of the times, I'll continue to get new page likes, for 2 weeks after that ad. and I've only paid $5 to promote that post for 24 hours to a specific group of people. That's a damn good return on my investment, if you ask me. I couldn't think of a better way to get a return on my investment, because the more people who like my fan page and get the notifications, and the bigger my fan page grows, the more avenues I have as far as my advertising goes. And because I've been an advertiser like that from the get-go, I call it soft marketing. You're marketing without actually marketing. It's, you know, it's sort of the old adage of, you know, the Clayton's drinker, you know, you're having a drink without actually having a drink. You know, so it's a form of psychological marketing. So I'm marketing people. They don't feel threatened by my promoted post, because it's not, there's no links in there. They don't have to enter an email address. They don't have to click to buy anything. It's just a nice, inspirational, lovely post that they can smile at and go, oh, that's nice, I like that, and click on it, you know, and go, I want to have a look at this page. They can see other valuable stuff. I'll usually pin that promoted post to the top of my page, and I'll make sure I've got a couple of other really good promotional posts like that on my page before I pay to promote that one post. Underneath that, I'll make sure I've got some other good inspirational, motivational stuff with one or two of my salesy type posts in between. So they sort of get melded in and lost into the noise of the actual inspirational and motivational. So you've got to be creative. I mean, I know a lot of you think it's hard. I know a lot of you say, you know, well, I can't do that, Sandra, I'm not like you. And yeah, a lot of people probably aren't like me, you know. I'm very entrepreneurial. I think it runs through my blood. I can see a business opportunity in anything. I mean, you know, Robbie and I were talking on Skype earlier on today, and we were talking about random facts, and I told Robbie a random fact about Christchurch that he didn't even know, and I felt really good, because I told the Kiwi something about Christchurch that he didn't even know, and that was like, woohoo, score one for the Aussie, woohoo. And you know, and Robbie and I were talking about random facts, and Robbie typed into the search engine random facts, and came upon these cool sites, and one in particular that had random facts on it. You know, and there was one site there, he clicked on random facts about him, and there was nothing there about him. But he figured out, he was telling me that you could actually go to this place and actually add the random facts about yourself. And I'm like, oh, wow, the first thing I thought, this is the first thing that jumped in my head when he said this to me. I thought, traffic. Boom, traffic. I can use that to drive traffic back to me. Can you send me that link, Robbie? And I explained to Robbie, I'm going to go there and I'm going to put random funny facts about myself that will draw a lot of attention to that particular part of the site. So I get a lot of followers. And I'm going to lace it with breadcrumbs, which will easily lead that traffic back to my personal profiles on websites. And boom, I've just driven free organic traffic back to me and my business. That's the way I think. I can think like that in my sleep. Hell, I used to think like that in my teenage years. I mean, you know, before I got married and had kids and stuff, and even with my first husband, you know, if a guy hit on me at a club, you know, the first thing that would start running through my head was how I could make money off of it. I don't know why my brain is wired that way. I don't know how it got wired that way. Like I said to Robbie, maybe my mum dropped me on my head too many times when I was a kid. Go figure. But yeah, so, you know, lead with your other products in SFM. Have a look at your other product lines. It's very easy to do. Honestly, most of my leads I've built up in the SFM, I've built up by leading with one of the other products. You know, and I haven't even done any paid marketing with them. You know, I've gone and got the list building report, done up a nice page post on either Downunder Marketing or my personal profile, and then I've just gone and shared it in groups with a nice status, going, you know, here you go, guys, I just wanted to give this away to you. You know, I have free access, and I thought you guys might like to have free access. It's a great list building report, and that built leads. That built leads for me. I use it to build leads in my aloe vera business. It's a free report that I had the right to give away. So I'm going to shut up now and let somebody else have a chance to talk.
So do we have any questions? Doesn't have to be related to this subject. If you've got any problems or questions,
Hey Robbie, it's Maria. Can you hear me?
Yep.
It's my first time coming out on a call. Yay. Excuse me. I just want to ask a quick question. Given the challenges that we're having with Facebook and SFM, do we know how much Stuart and Jane know about this, and any plans they have to kind of to pull back on their sales campaigns?
They're working on it, and they've been working with Strom and Burr and Greg and Fiona and some of the other top affiliates or top members in SFM to create new sales funnels that are more that are going away from the make money online thing, and that is why, I mean, you saw a post on our Facebook page the other day about promoting the graphics editor. You know, you promote the graphics editor. The percentage he was paying was quite high, I think. If I remember, I think it was 40% for a basic member and about 60% for other members.
Yeah.
So they were, you know, they're going to promote these things so that, you know, you get those links out there, you promote the tools, and they're going to follow up with, their team is going to follow up on those, on the sign-ups to the tools, and, you know, make suggestions. Well, you know, we can upgrade you to DDL when they buy so they can upsell to DDL. But also, he was talking about, I think in the 30-day challenge, he was talking about he was changing his marketing approach, but the simple lead capture wasn't, the new version wasn't up and running by the end of it, so he didn't actually get into that side of it. I would imagine the next 30-day challenge will be along, the marketing and that will be along those lines.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Robbie, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yep. Go, Linda.
Where do we find out how much the public pays for the lead capture and YouTube and so on?
If you go into the links and actually click on them and go through to the sales page, it'll tell you. So if you know.
So what Robbie's saying there, Linda, is like the DDL. If you go to the home page of DDL, not from your back office, but if you type in digitalbusinesslounge.com, you'll see the same page that the general public will say, and it will tell you get started, and you know it gives you a $1 trial. You can click through that page, you can scroll through that page, and you can see the pricing. Up the top there's tabs. You can click on pricing, it'll tell you how much it is as far as prices go, standard member and premium member. It'll tell you what you get with your monthly product, and that's the same with the simple lead capture. If you go to your back office and you find your simple lead capture affiliate link and you click on that, like paste it into your browser, copy and paste it into your browser and open it up, you'll see what a person that you're advertising to will see. And you'll find out the cost and stuff of those sort of things. YouTube is, I think that's a free, is that a free service, Robbie, or are they charging for that? I think that's a free service.
It could be. If we go...
URL is a free plugin. Okay, so there's another great thing for you guys to lead with your advertising. It's high URL. That's another thing you can give away. Do you know how much people are looking for link shorteners and link cloaking devices? And if you take the plugin, you actually install the plugin on your website, like Robbie has it installed on Downunder Marketing. So you can go to your own website and click on the banner and put in an email address, and Stuart will send you the details of the plugin, you can then go to your own website and you can upload the plugin onto your website, and you've got tidy URL on your website. You can then, instead of using the tidy url.com link, you can then now actually set it so that every link you shorten has your website.com and what you've put after it. So if I used it on my One Stop Ballo Shop site, I could have, well, Robbie uses it on Downunder Marketing, prime example, all his tidy links start with downundermarketing.com / whatever he's put after it, lead capture or, list building. So it doesn't even look like a link shortener, and that's how Robbie can get all of his stuff passed on Facebook and cleared on Facebook. It's because he's actually gotten the plugin and installed it on the Downunder Marketing site and set it up so his shortened links look like an actual proper website link. But there are hundreds and hundreds of marketers on Facebook in the affiliate groups, affiliate marketing groups and stuff, who are really whinging and screaming at the moment, going to anybody, oh here Robbie's pulling them up, good on you Robbie, who are screaming and saying, does anyone have a good quality link shortener or link cloaking device plug-in that I can get that isn't banned on Facebook? Now tidyurl.com, you'll struggle with a few of those links to get a few of those links through. But you will with Pretty Link. And Pretty Link is something like $99 a month. There's tinyurl, it's virtually banned off of Facebook. Pretty Link is hard. There's Google Link Shortener, it's banned on Facebook. Bitly or whatever they call it, it's almost banned off Facebook.
So yeah, if you use the tidy URLs on your personal website, you've then created links that are your URL plus whatever you put after them.
And it's a plugin, so you can put it on your website as a plugin.
Yeah.
And you can then use the tidy URL. I think there's tidy URL banners in here, Robbie, isn't there?
Yeah, if you go, if you have a look on here, go to your marketing banners.
Down the left there, no, on your banners there. There's tidy URL banners there, isn't there?
Yeah, tidy URL.
Yes, I can see one.
Yeah, so you got your tidy URL banners there.
And if you click on it,
you can copy that picture if you want. You can right-click on that, copy it.
And then if you want to
That's how
go,
you install it on a website. There's your widget code there.
or just take the link out of it and go through to copy that, put it in there, and it goes through to the landing page that you'll get with it.
There you go, and that's Robbie's landing page. That's fantastic, and if somebody clicks on that, they get that for free, and off of Robbie, that complimentary gift from Robbie. They're happy with Robbie as a marketer. They've now built a relationship with him because they're like, oh, this is excellent stuff. I like this guy. No one else has a plugin like this for free. This is freaking awesome. They install it on their website. They can now get around the pros and cons on Facebook and actually, shorten their links on their own website with their own website domain. And that way, the sales funnel attached to this, as they start getting the rest of the emails through from this, because I'll go on Robbie's list as well. Like if I put my email address and everything in there, I will go on Robbie's list. So he'll have me on his list in Aweber. So he can also broadcast emails to me and make other offers to me. And there's also the SFM stuff that will come to me as well about the 7-day video boot camp series and the list building report. So Robbie has now got me in Dayweber lists, and he can, he can market different products from the SFM to me. And I'm happy to have a look at them because this plugin that he gave me complimentary as a gift was so friggin' awesome.
Well, you can go in here and tidy URLs and get a link generator. Use your link generator to, say, pull up links for tidy URLs. That creates a landing page. You can create tracking in there, and you'll and click there and you've got the link. It'll be a tidy URL, but I wouldn't take that. Just take this one down here. Take it to your tidy URLs on your website. Put that link in. It's then under your URL, and you can put, say for example, robbie.route/tidy URL. You send that out to them. That's their link that goes through to that landing page we were on before there. That landing page, they enter their name and email address, and that's on your list. Well, it'll be the SFM list actually, but it's credited to you because it doesn't relate to your Aweber list, that one.
Well, if you did it that way with the link generator, Robbie, it actually will go onto your Aweber list.
Alright, it'll go on your default one.
Or will that one go onto the SFM list?
I think that comes under, it will appear under your My Links, or My Leads. If you click on My Leads, and then you can look under there in the back office. If you go to tidy URLs, it'll show up. And if you go view, but there won't be any because I haven't been promoting. Oh, there you are. So there's 3 that have come through on tidy URLs that have got my, and then
been promoting it.
Yeah, and then when they go and use tidy URLs on their website, every time they go in, they see SFM. There's a big banner for SFM. There you are, have it. You get that big banner on your, it's in front of them every time, training, marketing and lead generation. And eventually they see it and they go, oh well, I'll click here, and they might go and have a look and sign up to your boot camp. Go through to SFM and you've got a member. Plus I believe now they'll start, when you get these, they'll probably start promoting the DBL, because that's the line they're going down. So they sign up to the DBL,
They're going down the line.
and then you'll get a residual income from your DBL subscription. And then they promote the SFM further down the track.
And it's not directly on Facebook, so it's not breaching Facebook compliance. And because Facebook has flagged us as scammy, spammy, quick get-rich-quick scheme, make money online, all the things that they've listed us under, even though we don't deserve it, it's just because of the fault of a few green marketers who didn't actually pay attention to what they were learning, and then some customers who got the wrong ads, because a lot of marketers, they target market, but they target the wrong people, and they piss those people off, and those people click the ad as being scammy or spammy or make a complaint about it. That's another SFM, blacklist. So, we have this terrible badge of honour with Facebook now. So, this is one of the reasons why, people like Stuart do encourage us to think about the message that you're sharing with your Facebook page, think about the marketing that you want to do, and think about the sales funnel that you want to use. And don't forget that SFM is more than just SFM membership. Not everyone is going to want to join up to the SFM. Not everyone's going to want membership. Everyone who joins, not every one of those is going to upgrade. You're going to have some people like me who really love the SFM and utilize the tools to build their own business, and whilst they're building their own business, they're quite happy to stay as a basic member. So not all your members are going to upgrade either, but that's just a matter of being grateful for every member, whether they upgrade or not. Yep. And also accepting the fact that if they don't want SFM membership, there may be some other ways that you can help them and some other products that you can offer to them. And don't forget, the DEA line is going to become a retail product very shortly and go public as well.
Yep.
So sitting back on your hands under your butt waiting for SFM to fix the problem on Facebook, you could be waiting for a long time. They've got a lot of protocol and crap to go through whilst dealing with Facebook. So why put the onus on them to have to try and fix the problem?
Yeah,
Just get creative and think about it.
Another line you can go down is putting ads in the newspaper. You don't have to go Facebook, you can ads in the newspaper. You know, we've got these awesome tools that we supply for digital marketers. The DEA's coming on, going retail shortly, which you can promote to businesses. You know, want to take your business online. You can put an ad in the paper. You don't have to go Facebook or YouTube or any of the other online. You can go offline.
And the great thing about putting an advert in the newspaper, I did it. I trialled it last year before Christmas. It was one of the forms of marketing that I did back in November last year. I ran just a cheap little ad. wasn't anything flash. I did it all online through the courier mail. And I ran an ad in the Friday newspaper because a lot of people on Fridays, because they commute home on the trains and the buses, they'll actually read the Friday newspaper and they're not actually looking to read the news or the job section. They're basically just scrolling through the newspaper for the where to go on the weekend for the holidays, camping trips and ads. And I did really well out of that and it wasn't from the actual physical newspaper. I think about 2 people purchased products from the actual physical ad in the newspaper. It was people who actually were subscribed to the courier mail but got their courier mail delivered online as a digital newspaper. That's where most of my sales came from. Because the online newspaper has ads in it. And then you got sites like Yahoo. You can put banner ads up on there. There's Bing. You can put banner ads up on there. People have website space available where you can put a banner ad up. There's lots of different forms of marketing, and there are offline marketing. There's even magazines. Go into your local newspaper, get out from behind your computer, and clear your head, because sometimes it can get quite foggy when you're sitting behind a desk all the time. Get away from the computer for half an hour. Even if the kids are at school, the little ones at daycare, you've got an hour and a half to spare to yourself. Instead of sitting in front of your laptop trying to bang out a blog or something, grab a notepad and pen, slip down to your local shopping centre that has a news agency in it, grab a coffee, even if it's just a cheap coffee from Donut King that only costs you $1.50 or something, or, just grab one and, sit with your coffee and quickly write some ideas down for your blog, or even start writing your blog, or whatever comes to mind. Wander into your news agents. Have a look at all the magazines in there on the stands. Look at the different niches those magazines are in. You've got crafts, you've got sewing, you've got camping, you've got fishing, you've got photography, you've got porn, which is all your Playboy and People and stuff. You've got, you've got heaps of different things in there. You've got becoming a new mother, you've got fitness and health. Have a look at the different niches in there, and with your notepad and pen, write down the niches that those magazines are listed in. And even if you quickly scroll down a couple of the names of those magazines that are in those niches, when you get home, do some research online. Go to those magazine sites, see what sort of traffic they get, see what sort of following they have, see what sort of readership base they have. And make up your own mind and think, well, hey, I might check these guys out and see if I can get put an affordable ad in amongst their pages. And bang, get an ad up for yourself in the magazine. Have a look around at your local service station / takeaway supermarket type things, because I don't know about anybody else, but here in Brisbane, a lot of 24-hour service stations also have kebab shops and chicken shops and McDonald's and everything else in them. And a lot of the time, they'll have a free, local business community type newsletter thing. And it'll have just little stories about what's happened around the local area, around that local area, you know, sporting events and whatnot. And on there they have advertising. There'll be businesses that have advertised on those. And a lot of people take those because they're free. You know, check out how much it costs to put an ad in that. If it's reasonable enough, test it. Do a small ad and test it and see how you go. And I just want to answer a question is Yvonne, are you still here, Yvonne?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Awesome. You had a question about your SFM widget. I did this the other day on my independent marketing site, which is the SFM site that I'm going to build, but it's called Marketing Made Easy. So I want to gear, the message of that site is going to be about marketing. And, you know, so people can understand what marketing is, because basically marketing is just advertising. Marketing is a way of getting your products and services in front of the people who need to see it. That's all marketing is. There are different forms of marketing, but at the basic baseline level, that is all marketing is. I went to that, and that was the SFM Authority site that I started that on. I did take a lot of the generic SFM widgets off that site, especially the big one that was very SFM, free video bootcamp series with Stuart and Jay leaning on their Lamborghinis. I looked at it. I didn't like that one. Yeah, I looked at my site, I looked at the colours I was starting to use on my site, the message I was portraying, and I thought, no, that has got to go. And I got rid of it. I replaced it with the webcast one. I thought the webcast one was a very good one. And my daughter looked over my shoulder and she's like, oh wow, I like that webcast banner, Mum. That's really cool. Is that new? And I went, yeah, it is. She's like, that looks heaps better than that other bloody one that was updated. And I said, which one? She's like, oh, you know, the flashy car one. It's the tiny one that looked like everybody else. And I went, oh, okay, that's good. And down the bottom, I've got the Simple Lead Capture and Digital Business Lounge and Tidy URL. But yeah, I've changed my widgets so that they look better with my site and they're more congruent with my site. Because my site, you know, called it's Marketing Made Easy, and it's going to be about helping people understand and learn how to market their businesses. So a lot of my blogs are going to be geared towards that. There'll be separate little micro blogs on, you know, Facebook marketing and you know, using G+ in your business. Just very simple, basic things with basic tutorials to try and help other marketers. And I needed banners that would be congruent with the message that I was sharing. And because I'm talking about marketing, Simple Lead Capture, Digital Business Lounge, Tidy URL, they're all good banners to have because they're all in line with marketing. So they all offer a form of marketing. I even have my name sheet banner on the side because I'm an affiliate, because I buy my domain names from Namecheap. I'm also an affiliate of Namecheap. So I got my affiliate banner widget and I put it in the widget box. So, you know, when I do talk about domain names and where you can buy domain names, obviously I'll promote Namecheap more than I will GoDaddy or anyone else, because I have that, I'm an affiliate, and I can also use that widget banner in my blog. So when people click on it and buy a domain name from Namecheap through that banner, I get a commission from Namecheap. Multiple income streams, people. This is all that Stuart means when he's talking multiple income streams. He's talking about your income that you can get off your DBL, the income that you can get off your Simple Lead Capture, the income that you're going to start getting off your Graphix program when it goes live.
Your Aweber.
Your Aweber, but that's not so much SFM. But your DEA courses, you know, the retail product of the DEA, you know, that's another income. They're all different income streams. And that's all he means when he talks multiple income streams. And then when you throw in some of your own, well, you use Aweber. If you can get an affiliate link for Aweber, I do believe it's pretty hard to get an affiliate link for Aweber. And another thing I will mention with Aweber, which I found out today, is no more free emails. So if you set up your Aweber with a free email account, like a free Gmail, you're going to need to go in there and change it, because otherwise your emails aren't going to go out.
But you can do that in VBO. You can get one that relates to your domain, and it links to Gmail. So, but it's not a Gmail. It's linked to Gmail, but it's not a Gmail account in Aweber's eyes.
Well, no, because you're using your domain name.
Yeah.
So, like, if you've set up, if you have a website and you've registered, like you've set it up through the DVL and you're building it through DVL, say you call it, you know, I don't know, kookyfeathers.com. You can go into the DVL and watch how to set up an email for kookyfeathers.com. It will show you how to set up an email. That's the first thing you need to do, is you need to set up the email first for kookyfeathers.com. So, you know, you might want to use your name. You might want to call yourself, you know, Scary Harry at kookyfeathers.com. That's your email address. Then you go into the next section of your email, which is linking that email to your Gmail. So rather than having to go into Roundcube all the time, the emails come into your Gmail account. You go through the next step and link it with your email, just like the tutorial video shows. Then you can go into Aweber with your, you know, your kookyfeathers.com email, and you can change your free Gmail account that you've used, your free email there, change it to your kookyfeathers.com, and that will be looked upon by Aweber as a non-free email, and your emails will start going out again. So that was something I came across today. I just found that out today. There are paid marketing services that you can get, yeah. But yeah, apparently no more free Gmail, Hotmail, or anything else is allowed to be used in Aweber. Eventually, I see the SFM will probably move away from Aweber because they're becoming harder and harder to work with. And occasionally Aweber has listed some of the SFM stuff as non-compliant with Aweber and spammy. So I do actually see in the future, I do see SFM moving away from Aweber and going with things like Infusionsoft and some of the other providers.
Well, you can actually see with the new Simple Lead Capture, it is now being able to integrate with other programs other than Aweber.
Yeah.
So does anyone else have any questions? No?
Someone's typing. Maybe they're typing a question.
They can just ask.
Well, they may not be able to ask. Mike might not.
Okay, can I ask?
Yep.
Oh, it's live. Okay, so that means, this is Susan here. That means if you've got an Aweber set of bits and pieces on there, just copy, paste, put them somewhere and then transfer them over later to another service.
Probably. I think you can export your contacts out of Aweber. I think.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
That makes life easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can export them in a CV file, and then you can just upload that CV file to another provider. So yes, it will be quite an easy transition to do if you want to change later on when SFM does open up to other email providers.
Yeah, it looks like it's already happening. Somebody ages ago, no, it was a male, said he wanted to do affiliate marketing with Aweber, and Aweber had stopped him, saying that, I think it was SFM was spammy or something like that, and didn't comply. I do remember him saying that somewhere.
Yeah, you remember spot on, Susan. I've seen quite a lot of members with exactly the same problems, and at the moment the poor support staff, you know, they're just getting flooded with new members who are trying to set up their Aweber account, trying to set up affiliate links and stuff, and getting slammed by Aweber, and no, it's SFM, it's too spammy, and rada. After all the money and hard work that, you know, Stuart and the SFM have gone to integrate with Aweber, and, you know, the apps that they design and stuff, you know, I just think it's horrendous the way that Aweber has gone. But unfortunately, this comes back down to the big guru of Facebook, because everybody uses Facebook, and the minute you get a bad name on Facebook because of, you know, honest mistakes, it just spreads like wildfire through the internet, and it affects everything. And I mean, this is, even though I do talk a lot about Facebook, and I sound like I know a lot about Facebook, I have a lot of my own experiences on Facebook because I've used Facebook. I've lost money with advertising on Facebook. I've run an ad on Facebook and got zero from it. That's just all trial and error. I don't consider that as, you know, as a waste of money, because, you know, as you heard, I have a very entrepreneurial mind. I mean, you know, right back into school, I used to play marbles against the boys and win their best marbles, and then I wouldn't let them play for their best marbles. I'd sell them back to them. So I've been entrepreneurial since get-go. You know.
Way to go. Way to go.
So like I said, you know, I think Mum just dropped me on my head one too many times and rewired my brain. Probably a good thing, considering I'm getting into internet marketing online. So, you know, but I don't use Facebook as much as a lot of other people. And when I do run an ad on Facebook, even if it's a $5 ad, I don't then flick over to my personal profile. I stay in Facebook on my business page for the duration of that ad, and I monitor that post or that particular ad in case people are trying to engage with me, or asking questions or leaving comments, and I jump on it. Absolutely jump on it straight away, because customer service is also big with me. So, you know, if I can give them better customer service than somebody else, that's my strong suit. You know, that's what's going to get people to come back to my business. They're going to go, I like this lady. She's on the ball. She answers my questions. She's there. She gives me good service. I'd rather purchase the product off of her, because, I mean, let's face it, you know, every man and his dog is on Facebook and other areas of the internet selling aloe vera products of some description. You know, so what makes mine stand alone? I need to find what makes my product stand alone above somebody else's. It may not be the product itself. You know, my product is quality. It's top quality, yes, but the standalone part of my product may be the fact that I'm a very engaging business person. I'm happy to have a chat with you. I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm immediate. You're not waiting, you know, 6 or 7 days to hear from me. And I do the same on G+. And I mean, I have a little saying. I love internet trolls. I mean, one of the main ways I became so big on G+ so early, when I only had like 5 people who were following me on G+, was I got involved in comment threads on other people's profiles. People would post their posts in the public area of the G+, and I would see something that I knew something about. I'd read it, I'd have a look at it, I'd look at the other comments, and I'd start to make comments. When somebody responded to my comment directly back to me, I would respond back to them. And I got into this whole exchange one time on a comment thread on a very popular person's profile on G+, who had like 30,000 people following them, and I got into this exchange on that profile, and, you know, this guy, he would say something, and I would rebuke what he said. It's politics. It was a political thing. You know, I love getting into an argument and debate about politics. And one of them, you know, at the end he turned around and said, "Die, troll." And I responded to him with a laugh and a smiley face, and told him that, you know, that would be okay if I knew what that meant. But you know, I'm just a granny with a couple of grandkids and haven't been online that long, so I'm not a young whippersnapper like you, so I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. And the amount of people that connected with me from that comment, who laughed, who giggled, who got a good laugh out of my response. One of them even responded with, "Snap, she got you there." The amount of people who actually came to my actual profile and started following me was just phenomenal. All just from engaging, and you know, I get a lot of my traffic from G Plus now. I love G Plus. I don't have to pay for anything. I just have to be a nice person who's willing to engage.
I did that with Twitter.
And exactly the same.
Yeah, I started one conversation with one person, and we just teed it up left, right and centre. It went on for something like 8 weeks. What I noticed was the amount of people that carried on receiving the conversations. It took up a lot of time, but the little tiny Twitter words, they got so large that they couldn't fit a sentence in a page, literally. And every single, I think we had 1,000 comments in one stream. Every single time that particular Twitter conversation got scrolled down, I'm scrolling for literally, it felt like hours to get to the bottom of it to see what had happened. And then each of those branched off like a herringbone effect. The amount of, it was absolutely amazing to see the effect. And then the hardest thing was catching up to the followers within 5 minutes of just making a comment. The small tricks that are like that, it's far more effective than Facebook in a way.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay
and the good thing about and the great thing about that is I bet you noticed your followers went up exponentially thanks to that comment thread, and it's probably still going up because of that comment thread, because that comment thread is now linked to you because you were involved in that forum. Because, you know, once it gets past a certain amount of comments, they classify it as a forum. And you were a key player in that forum. You were engaging. And that will work for you for a long, long time afterwards.
It has. It's still working. I've got 5 or 6 Twitter sites. So that's fine, but what I did was I teed those up through the Facebook and the Google, and that's still going on. It started off as an experiment, which I ended up having to get my poor old mother to actually take it on, because I was flat out trying to do something else. And one day I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, because I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and at 12 o'clock I'm still on this freaking thing in the afternoon. She phoned me up, she travelled out here, she brought me lunch and sat down at her laptop, and we were both working this until 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just said, look, I've had enough, I'm going to bed, good night.
I'm going to bed, yep.
And I didn't want to touch it, but the next day it was so good, it just carried on. And as soon as I start one, there's another lot going, and it just keeps coming. Now, in the specific time frame, I got 3,000 followers.
Yeah.
And that's organically growing. I just every day went in and went click, 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 click. That's the one thing my mother doesn't do. On the main account. So I haven't looked at that main account for a week. I've got to go in there and actually do it, because I'm doing something totally different. So just that one conversation.
Yeah, just that one conversation. And I mean, I still pop back to that political forum now that became a forum on G+, moved past being comments, because there are still people putting comments on that. And that goes back months and months and months ago. And I still go back there and get involved in the conversation thread, because it's still going. And you know,
it will do.
Yeah, and I mean, that's how powerful, that is how powerful being an engaging, normal person on the internet is. I look at the internet and somebody else on the internet. When I go to social media and see other people's profiles, I look at them as somebody who is sitting down in a bus stop next to me waiting for a bus. And I chat as if I chat just like I would to a normal person. I speak to people on the internet the same way I speak to my daughter when I'm having a cup of coffee with her, same way I speak to my mother, a friend who comes to the house. The way I speak to you guys and everybody else on the internet is exactly the same way I would speak to you if I was just sitting down having a cup of coffee with you. And I think that is the key to being engaging on the internet.
Most definitely. I've been here a while. I just got to get myself started again. The trick with them now is you definitely go to the time that it was released on the tweet or Facebook. You open that up, you take that URL, and you then move it over to Google and you do whatever it is there. Not Facebook to Google and not Google to Facebook. You don't want the roundabout things, but you've got to have, when you do that, a intermediate thing, so take it to Tumblr or whatever, and then take it to a second one, then take it back. So that's because Google and Facebook just don't like each other. Full stop. So they track it through. It goes back a long time. So that's a trick that a lot of people don't know. It's one that has fun.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah. And Maria has a question, and Maria, I will just say that if you have a Twitter account set up, you can learn how to use Twitter by, I'm not sure where they've put it now. It's either in the left-hand side or at the bottom of your own profile page. But on your profile page, you'll see a word help. You click on that and go in there. It will teach you how to use Twitter from the get-go, from the fledgling, from the start. There'll be little tutorial videos in there. There'll be information in there. They'll tell you how to best use hashtags. All the information is in there. Have a play around with it. Read the information and just take little baby steps. Interact with people. Have fun with it. Link it up to your website. So when you do a blog, your blog posts up on it as well. But add other stuff in there. Retweet things that you find really, really good and informative. You can mention people on Twitter as well. It'll tell you all how to do that. Once you feel comfortable with that, Twitter is also another source of cheap advertising. They have now opened advertising on Twitter up to the whole of Australia. And if you haven't subscribed to the Twitter newsletter and you do have a Twitter account, I have to say to you, why not? I subscribe to the Twitter newsletter, and I now have 3 $50 vouchers sitting in my email account waiting for me to use to spend on Twitter to get advertising. So I've got $150 of free cash waiting for me to do some paid marketing on Twitter. Same thing happens to me with Facebook. I signed up to the Facebook newsletter, the business side of Facebook newsletter, and when I stopped doing paid marketing on Facebook, and I didn't go into Facebook for quite a while, and I didn't put a post on my Facebook fan page, you know, I come to my email one day and here's a really nice email from Facebook with a $150 gift voucher to spend on advertising on Facebook. You've got to learn, everything is a system. Everything has a system. It has its way of working, and you've got to understand that. You don't have to like the system, but you've got to understand how it works, and you've got to work it to your advantage. It's what I say to unemployed people who get really down in the dumps and their life sucks and they can't get a job and they're sick of Centrelink and they're sick of people bagging them and calling them dole bludgers as if they don't want to work. You know, if somebody would give them a job, they want a job. They get sucked into all this negativity, and because everybody's bashing them, saying they're bludgers and they don't want to work and rada, 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 they get really down on themselves. And then they start trying to fight a system of Centrelink. It doesn't work. I sit there and say the same thing to them. Okay, society is a system. So is Centrelink. Now, you don't have to like the system, but you need to understand it and work it to the best of your advantages. Work it for yourself. But how the hell do you think a criminal gets off from going to prison? Because they understand the legal system and they work it. And they work that system and they walk. They walk with a slap on the wrist and a 9-month probation. for a serious crime that they should be locked up in. Yeah, it's not because our legal system has failed. It's because that criminal is smart enough to understand that the legal system is a system. And he's worked out how to use that system for his own benefit. Everything has a system. Work out what the system is, understand how it works, and work it to your best, your best benefit. You don't have to like it. You don't have to love it. Understand it and use it. And that's
the power of a community. That's the power of a community.
That is. And I am going to end it there tonight because it is so late for Robbie and he's got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hopefully he hasn't fallen asleep. You haven't fallen asleep, have you, Robbie?
No. Not this time.
Okay, cool. So we might wind it up there and call it a night, hey?
No worries. Thanks for coming, everyone.
All right, guys.